Since March 28th, when the Supreme Court first held hearings challenging the Obama administration's Affordable Care Act, only one thing was certain. If the law was upheld, the Democrats would commend the Supreme Court for acting responsibly, and the Republicans would decry judicial activism. If major provisions of the law were overturned, the Democrats would decry judicial activism, and the Republicans would commend the Supreme Court for acting responsibly. Tragically, this is not a game for spin doctors or for political pundits. Physicians, better than most, comprehend the perils of this giant piece of legislation, which is poised to remake 1/6 of our economy. It will do so using regulations which have yet to be written, boards which have yet to be constituted, and digital analytical mandates which remain deeply flawed and untested. Yet, at the same time, we physicians also understand the imperatives of the drivers to healthcare change. Total healthcare system costs, which are unsustainable and growing. Quality, which is uneven and inconsistent with the dollars expended. And disparities in access to care. And yesterday, the Supreme Court upheld the major provisions of the Affordable Care Act. All of the subtle changes wrought by this decision will emerge as it is scrutinized and debated over the next several weeks. The Academy will try to keep you up to date as this evolves. Right now, however, what seem to be the implications for our country and for ophthalmology specifically? This remains as much about politics as about policy. The November elections will have massive impact on how things move forward. After the election, even if the Democrats control the White House and Congress, elements of the law will be amended. And if the Republicans have control and repeal or dismantle the bill, they have acknowledged the need to control costs, improve quality, and manage access. The Medicare beneficiary pool will increase from 50 million to 80 million people. Conditions make it simply impossible to just go back to 2009. As an example, major insurance companies have pledged that, regardless of any future congressional action, several of the key insurance reforms in the ACA will remain in commercial policies. Healthcare systems have invested billions of dollars integrating facilities, purchasing physician practices, and migrating to operational principles focused on processes and outcomes of care. Even if affordable care organizations, or ACOs, were to vanish, the physician, ambulatory surgery center, hospital, and payer consolidation tsunami will continue under different acronyms. That train has left the station. Many within Congress, within the Center for Medicare Services, and even within medicine anticipate the rapid demise of fee-for-service medicine. The purported cost savings of the Affordable Care Act are built upon concepts including value-based purchasing and ACOs. Those in turn depend upon steep reimbursement cuts for specialists. But those same models have yet to prove workable. This was one of the key reasons why the Academy refused to support the ACA when the bill's language became available. Radical change in 1/6 of our national economy was built upon assumptions that seemed invalid or at best unproven. And it is why the Academy has continued to fight major provisions of the bill, such as the Independent Payment Advisory Board, or IPAB. However, even if the IPAB is ultimately abolished, some other physician payment adjustment instrument will supplant it. And the Academy must and will continue to fight for fair reimbursement for specialties, despite the administration's singular policy emphasis on primary care payment. In a policy environment characterized by increases in Medicare beneficiaries, an objective to decrease total health care costs, and a goal to increase primary care payments, specialty care reimbursement is on the chopping block. So with the ACA moving forward, where does the Supreme Court ruling leave ophthalmologists? First, recognize that in the next several weeks, the ruling's nuances, such as the Medicaid impact, will be dissected and the practical implications will become clearer. Yesterday's Supreme Court ruling by itself should not precipitate any action regarding your practice. Second, communicate your position to your legislators. What happens as a result of the November elections will be crucial to the direction America takes in addressing its health care issues, more so than the Supreme Court decision. Finally, the Academy's staff and its physician health policy leaders will do their best to keep you informed. Look for email blasts and the every Thursday Academy Washington Report Express. Between the outcome of the November elections and the fact that many of the 30,000 to 40,000 pages of enabling regulations have yet to be written, the only certainty is the continued opportunity to influence change, be it in Washington or at the polls.